Hey, what's up, you guys? It's gonna be a very weird video, but I'm at the park right now, and I'm just really going through the emotions of everything that's been going on in my life. No, this year, as many years before it, since 2018, has not been good for me. It's been very hard, and I feel so weird complaining about it because there are people in other countries who are going through so much, but to each his own, and not everyone deals with certain things differently, and I'm definitely one of them. I feel unmotivated. I feel very low on energy, very low on everything. I don't even have energy to even want to talk to anyone. I don't have. I just don't want to be around anyone. I just want to be alone. I don't know. I feel like I'm distancing myself from everyone that I even know. Everything annoys me. People annoy me. Every time I feel like I'm finally doing something and there's finally that light at the end of the tunnel, it's like something just snuffs it out and just kind of like blow out the candle in a sense. And I don't know how many times I can take that candle being blown off or dimmed, you know. After a while, it gets a bit too much for anyone, regardless of what exactly it may be. And I was so much more positive before I came here. I always, um, I always encourage people to do whatever they want to do in life because I know what it's like to try and to battle a something that just doesn't succeed. And whenever I see someone doing something and there's a glimpse of success, I always try to push them and try to make it look like, hey, you can always do it, but I don't follow my own words. And it's hard because at least they themselves, they kind of see progress. But for me, it's it's like I try and I try and I try, and there's no progress. There is no light at the end of the tunnel. I keep running and endlessly in a pitch pitch, pitch dark, and losing my grandmother just descended me even further into that hole. My grandmother, she was everything to me. Without her, I don't know who I'll be today. She kind of brought me up. She was a mother to me when my mom left. She was there, and I've never experienced death like this before. I've never experienced someone passing away. I mean, I was 8 years old when my great grandmother passed away, but I had the innocence of a child to kind of foreshadow her death and kind of bring me closure in a sense where it didn't pain me as much because I was so young. And when you're at that age, you don't necessarily, I mean, everyone's different, but you don't necessarily focus too much on those type of stuff. But my grandmother, I was with her for over 20, about 23 years. And I've seen her for so much. I've seen her for so many illnesses, so many close to death experiences. There was this one time I remember we have a balcony and the stairs towards the upstairs of the house. There were no railings, and that's quite normal in many Caribbean homes, where the railings towards the upstairs of the house, there's no rail. Oh, no, sorry, the stairs towards upstairs of the house, there was no railing, and that's typically normal because at the time when they built the house, my grandmother was young. And it's euphemism. I think that's a word. Where you like, oh, I'm young. I don't need. I'll never get old. I'll never need to hold a railing to climb up the stairs. So my grandmother was cleaning green plantain. We call them fig, and she had a knife, and her back was facing uh, the left side of the stairs, which had no railings, and missed. She missed, and she fell down with the knife in her hands. Thank God she didn't impale herself. My grandmother had. There was another incident where she was at the beach late at night and she slipped on those really slimy waters that, after a while mold sets in and it gets green and it's very slimy. She slipped and almost broke her neck. She has gotten sick many times. She has gotten many sickness related to her diabetes a couple of times. And I've always been there with her. I've always seen her through it. I've always held her hands, and it's like the one time where I feel like all of that didn't mean nothing except for this one time. And I could not be there with her, and it's killing me inside that she went through all of that and I wasn't there with her, because when I left, we didn't leave on the best terms. And my grandmother, when it comes to leaving, she doesn't really know how to show emotion when somebody's leaving her. And she goes into a default, and she was a fighter in her younger days. She fought a lot. And she's very aggressive. I wouldn't say aggressive, she's a very strong black woman. And she argued with me when I was leaving, and I at first I didn't understand until I came here. I understand that she was just sad because she never thought I would leave her. I never thought I would leave her. And looking back, I'm saying to myself, was I selfish for wanting to leave? Was I selfish for wanting to do something different than what everybody else was doing? Maybe if I had stayed, maybe she would have been better. All that just goes through my mind, and I tried when she came back from the hospital, because when she got the stroke, I think it was the left side, wasn't really doing much. And I have a video of when she first had the stroke and she was in the hospital, and I could just tell that my grandmother was just tired. She was tired, and I could see that she was fighting, and that's the thing, that I know her so well. I could see that she was fighting. She was fighting, because she would get up the strength, and then she would just give up, and not give up, but it would be too much for her. And I saw that through the video, and I just said to myself, she's gonna make it through, because she's showing me that she's fighting to get up, but then sometimes it's just too much for her, that she just stops for a while. And then because the left side of her brain, I think, wasn't really functioning, whatever part of the brain that deals with swallowing, she could no longer do that. So the saliva went into her lungs, and it gave her pneumonia. And I think the doctors discharge her, and to my knowledge, normally when they discharge you, they should have cured it, or at least tell you that it's at a stage where it just make her comfortable until she's ready to go. But my uncles, they never asked those questions. And she got back home, and I tried to call her 3 times. The first time I tried to call, she was asleep. In fact, all the times I called, she was asleep. I tried to call in the morning. I tried to call a little bit in the evening, and then I tried to call really early when I know that she's about to listen to her radio. She got to speak to my father. Well, she didn't really speak, but she held the phone up and she spoke to him. I wasn't there, so I didn't get to talk to her. But they told me about it. And my grandmother has always said to me that she would never let us see her suffer through a sickness. Meaning that she would never let us see her go through the stages of death. That she would just she would just go. And I don't know if it's selfish of me, but I think I would have rather see her. I don't know. It's like I'm happy that she's at peace. I'm happy that she has nothing. There's no more pain for her. But it's like I miss her so much, and I just can't understand how one day someone is here and the next they're just gone. It's just it's weird, and all you have left is the clothes, the bed, and everything. And the memories are the hardest things. The hardest things, you know. If the memories were gone, then the pain will be gone, but the memories will always be there. And it's the hardest things that I have. I dream of her every other night. I dreamed of her the day she passed away, a few days after. I'm constantly dreaming about her, and it's different weird scenarios. One time I was talking to a friend, and I said to him that I wish I could get one more time to eat with her, to argue with her, to laugh with her, to do everything we used to do one more time. And that same night, I had a dream where I laughed with her, I talked with her, I argued with her, and I made a couple of jokes as well. But it doesn't substitute. It's like a substitute. I'd rather her being here with me. And losing her made me so jealous of other people with their grandparents. It's like, I don't know, the grieving process is so weird. I've just never had to experience this before. And going through what I'm going through here, it makes it so much harder because I left her for the new world in a sense, and the new world was not what I expected. It was not what I was told it would be like. I miss her so much, and I just hope she knew that I loved her and that she knew that I tried to call her. I don't in my mind I'm feeling like she thought I didn't love her because I didn't call or something. I don't know. I don't know. I just wish that my uncle would call me and tell me that they were just joking. I wish I had voice notes on WhatsApp of her. All I have is pictures. I wish I had her voice, a video of her voice, or I have videos where she interrupted my videos when I was reacting, but I don't think I have any of those files on my computer anymore. It would have been nice to hear her call me one more time. It would have been nice to hear her tell me, moi las, depuis la medica kuyo, baka jamais répondre. I'm tired. I've been calling you. I've called you so many times, but you're not answering me. She always said that, even though she never called. My grandma was a comedian. She would sit by the road, and she would just shout my name once, just once, Tyson. Or she'd go Titan, and then she would sit there, and because I normally come outside the balcony and just see what's going on, and then she would tell me, I've been calling you so many times, you're not answering me. Why are you always doing me that? Why are you always doing me that? And it's those memories that I have that just makes it so much harder. Seeing my grandmother go through the success of 2004, 2000 to 2008, and then seeing her struggle through the rest after the economy died, and that was just, my grandmother has been through so much, and she struggled and she's triumphed, she's failed and she's conquered, and she did everything, and I just feel like she was just tired at that point. She was tired, and I'm happy that she's resting, but I just wish that she was with me. I just wished I knew where she was. I wish I knew where she went to. Though in the dream that I had when she passed away, I wish I could say it, but I think I want to keep that dream close to me. But in that dream, she told me something, and I don't know what to think of it. I don't know if it's just my mind that just created an image to help me deal with it, or is it factual? I don't know. I don't know to whom or to where we go to. I'm very religious and I'm a Christian, by birth, and I believe in God and all and everything. But in these times, it's like you can only have faith. Faith is blindly believing in something, and I wish I could know. Well, I'm not that much wish I could know, but I just wish there was a sign that said that she was all right, she was fine. I know I've gotten many signs through my dreams, but I don't know. I don't know. Could my dreams be a sign that she's all right, or could my dreams just be my mind trying to help me cope with it? How long will I be in this grieving process? I don't know. I have over 23 years of memories. Good ones, bad ones, great ones, funny ones. All these memories just going through my mind. I just wish she was here with me. I just wish I could hear her call my name one more time.